Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here at Earth and Sky, and those of you joining us online. We always appreciate you coming back every Sunday for the videos that we put out.
Absolutely.
We hope it brings some enrichment to your life. So what was inspiring us this week as we were figuring out what do we want to talk about was there have been so many people that we've been talking to, students, clients, just a lot of people it seems like that we've been encountering in life lately that are wondering how to find the ability to retain confidence in every situation. Because the holidays just passed, and I don't know about you, but for quite a few people, there's a little drama that happens on occasion with the holidays, maybe just a little bit. And this is a really great exercise in being able to experiment with how do you not give away your power. That might be a good way to look at it. How can you manage it when people, whether it's somebody that you really care about that's in your life, someone that's maybe a family member that is part of your life, they just out of the blue say some things that really hurt your feelings.
Just like, wait, what?
Make you feel a little bit bad. Make you feel like you're responsible for everything that went wrong.
And the idea of this actually was, somebody was saying, okay, when somebody says something to you and it hurts or you get angry or whatever, how do you not do that? How do you overcome that? And I think the biggest thing is the step one of that is realizing that when you react to what they say, you're giving them your power. So your reaction to anything that's said to you. So if a person walks up to you and they're speaking in French, if you don't know French, they come up to you and they say something in French, super derogatory. Do you care? No, because it doesn't matter to you. You don't know what they're saying. So if some random person comes up to you and says something mean in English, if it means something more to you, you're giving them that power. You're saying your words, I understand what they mean, and I'm allowing them to engage me. I'm believing them, and I'm going to get upset about them, but that's still your choice. Because those words that they spoke are no different than the ones that were spoken in French. They're the same, they're exactly the same thing because they're just words. The ones that we give credit to, that's our choice. So that's where the idea kind of came up that when someone, whether you care about them, whether you don't care about them, whether it's a random person or whether they're speaking in a completely different language, you could get completely upset with everybody who speaks to you in French all the time. And I mean, it seems a little odd, but literally, you have that ability. That's your choice. That's your power to give or not. And so if somebody comes up to you, so you're at dinner.
So for an example, I remember when I was in my 20s and I had just been shopping at the mall and I was wearing what, I felt like was my cute dress and I was all confident and I had my new dresses in a bag and I was walking out to the car and this random car pulls up next to me with a middle-aged woman in the car and she rolls her dinner window down and she's like, hey there. I said, oh, hello.
Hi.
And she said, I just wanted to let you know I'm so glad you were able to buy some clothes to cover your body there. It was like very random.
Wow.
Just a mean and spiteful comment.
Yeah.
And that could be taken so many different ways. It could be taken where you give your power away and you feel like,
crushed.
oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Maybe this isn't good. What's wrong with me? Or maybe I should wear something different. Or it could be taken in a way of recognizing something's probably going on within her.
She's upset.
Maybe she had a bad day. Maybe she doesn't have a lot of confidence
in the way she looks. Exactly.
Who knows and who cares? It doesn't matter.
And that's the thing. Exactly.
And when you recognize it doesn't matter whether it's a stranger or in a different scenario. Maybe you are visiting a family member and the family member knows something that's really important to you and they have something that they want to let you know about how whatever you think about it, whether it's some politics or something close to you or what you do with your life.
Yes.
And they let you know how that opinion would just be wrong, or they let you know something maybe that is harder to not let go of your power at times, where they say, well, you've really disappointed us. I don't know why you couldn't host this for us at
dinner,
our place.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You're making us do all the work. Or
however you
like
want to
that.
do it, yeah.
There are a million ways that people will entice us to try to take our power from us, and they don't realize it. They're not necessarily doing it intentionally.
Not necessarily. Sometimes maybe.
Maybe sometimes. But regardless of the reason and regardless of who it is, you don't have to give your power away.
It is absolutely your choice. And so in all of those situations, how much that hurts you shows how much you've given the power to them to hurt you.
Mm-hmm. And in all things in life, one of the things I think that we sometimes as humans, sometimes we feel like we just want to make everybody happy. I know I was always that person growing up. I wanted to make everybody happy. I felt like I had the power in myself to make everybody happy.
If I do all of the right things in all the right situations for everybody will be happy, of course.
And how exhausting is that?
Horribly.
And how did that work? As a 100% basis.
100%. I absolutely 100% of the time never made it.
Exactly. And it's that tendency that we have of feeling like we want everyone to like us, please. Yeah. But in reality, a good friend of ours told us that whoever you are in your life, my goodness, I can't talk today. Whoever you are in your life, you're going to meet about a third of the people that will really like you.
Absolutely.
A third of the people just won't care. And a third of the people probably are not going to like you.
At all, no matter what you do.
And that's okay. Don't give them your power.
Yeah,
don't focus on letting it go. Don't focus on that third of people that are just different from you and for whatever reason don't like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you don't like every single person you've ever
come
met.
Across, exactly.
It doesn't mean they're a terrible person. No. It just means you're different.
Yep.
And you're not supposed to be in each other's paths, possibly.
Exactly.
And when you start to really recognize that, it allows you to take your power back. Because we see that. We were discussing how we can see that both in celebrities. A third of people like them, a third don't, a third don't care.
Exactly.
In the homeless population, a third of people really care about them, like them, a third don't care, and a third would not want to have them around.
Yeah.
And
they all have reasons
for you. Yes.
And they all have their reasons.
And none of the reasons are actually about the person that is the target of the energy.
So it's not about you. It's about the person that's choosing, do I like you or don't I? And there's nothing you can do to change that. There's just nothing you can do. And so that's where, if you think you can, that's where you start giving your power away.
What you can do is figure out how you choose to feel.
Exactly.
What you can do is to not leak all your energy away, to not walk out of those situations feeling exhausted, defeated, guilty, or whatever other emotion it pulls out.
Absolutely.
What's the first step of it?
Well, that is just recognizing. I mean, that's the thing, is the minute you don't feel good about a situation, the minute you feel anything but happy, you're giving your power away in that moment. You're giving it to the person, to the situation, to what you think someone thinks about you. I mean, the list is long, because you can sit there and go, it's what I think they're going to think, what they said, what they did, what I think it meant, how it was, how it was presented. There's a billion ways to see it, but it all comes down to it's what you're perceiving might be negative. And that perception is negative for you, and that's how you're taking it in, and that's giving that power away to everybody around you, except the one place where it should be, which is with you.
Within yourself. And the second step after you recognize it is being able to pause when you recognize it, being able to see it and go, you know what? I hear the words that are coming to me. And I know it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with them. It's a reflection within them. It's not something I need to judge, shift, or change, or be responsible for. Yeah. I need to just pause. And then exactly as you said, pull your power back.
And then the last part is the reason that we do this.
The core, the absolute core behind all of it is feeling lack of love within yourself.
Loving yourself.
And the only one that can fill that cup of love within yourself, where you can begin to really feel love from others, is yourself. There's no one that can fill that up for you. No matter how close you are, no matter how much you love other people, there is nobody who can fill that cup within you to make you feel loved.
Except you.
Until you know it within yourself.
Absolutely.
And when you know it, when you feel it, when you know that you are worthy, when you see that you have it, when you recognize that it is who you are, because your soul is beautiful. Yeah. It truly is. We are all having these amazing and challenging and messy experiences here in this life because we are learning so many different things. Yep. And when we start to recognize that through all of that, we are worthy of love, and we give that love to ourselves.
Absolutely.
It becomes easier and easier to not keep giving the power away.
Yeah, and that's where we give the power away, because we think if enough people like us, that hole will be filled. We think if we please enough people, that hole will be filled. We think if we've done the right thing for the right person, that hole will be filled. Now, we don't necessarily think it consciously, but somewhere in the back of our mind, that's the driving force. And what you'll find is, once you learn to fill that hole yourself, once you actually turn that attention, turn that focus, turn that love into yourself, once you have it, then surprisingly, you can start to actually feel it from other people. But that's just kind of a side effect of being okay with yourself. Is you start to actually feel the caring and the love and attention from all these people that you really wanted to feel that all along, and you never did until you suddenly gave it to yourself. And once you give it to yourself, you go, oh, and it was here all along. I just didn't see it because I was missing it, and I needed it so bad I couldn't see it.
Yes, 1,000 people could love you, and if you don't feel it, have it, and know it within yourself, you're not going to feel it.
You might as well have
from
zero.
Them. So feel it, know it, work on that within yourself this week. Work on that every day. Work on that before you go to bed tonight.
Absolutely.
And feel that, know that sense of love that you want is already inside you, because it's what you're made of. And you will start feeling that from others once you know that with certainty in yourself. Your world starts to shift around you.
Absolutely.
I really hope that gives you some food for thought and you put it into practice. It's a lot easier said than done.
It is.
So
it's very hard to do, but it's worth it.
That it's worth that work of recognizing, pausing, giving yourself love. Give yourself a break.
And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and go to our website, earthandskycenter.com. And the calendar's there, classes coming up. It's all the great stuff. So
have a great week, everyone.
See you next week.